So, hello everyone. I'm Rashi Sharma from Surgeon Welfare Society, and I welcome you all to this live session. So, I would like to first request you all to please write your names and location in the chat box. So, I am going to share you with some glimpses of Surgeon Welfare Society, with whom you will be able to know that how our society works and what it is all about. So, here are some videos.
Strajan Welfare Society. The Tale of Strajan. Strajan is a process of creation. Nature, earth, and woman is also considered as a creation. Just as nature is full of educate means to save life and earth. Woman, who is a wonderful person, gives life to society, family, and nation. We also want to put our best effort in that we can do something to make women literate and help them in their employment, education, and health. We also want to help them in their generating their self-employment with self-respect and help every woman to reach the basic needs of a healthy society. What is our vision? Our vision is to provide women a society where they can live with equal terms, rules, and responsibilities. We want to empower women and create an educated learning lady of the house. What is our mission? Our mission is to open schools and educational institutions and clinics, especially for women from rural village areas, and make them realize their importance in society. We also want to make every woman self-relevant with their own identity and career academic preparation. Our Strajan Welfare Society chapters in Bhopal, Indore, Gwalior, Jabalpur. In our Strajan Welfare Society, we also had live webinars with prominent delegates for the empowerment of women. Some of these are law and legal webinars with the guest speaker of Aishwarya Bhati and Guncha Rasool. In educational webinar, the guest speaker was Gunjan Singhal and Mehak Khan. And in medical webinar, the guest speaker was Dr. Rama Jaisundar ma'am and Dr. Pratibha Garg and Dr. Juhi Gupta. Career webinars was also held with the guest speaker of RJ People and RJ Muskan, and some of our webinars with Deepa Sayal and Manisha Chaturvedi. We also had seminars on women empowerment, a woman for a woman, and a seminar on media webinar with the guest speaker of Ranjana Singh Rathore and Niharika Maheshwari. Future ambitions to have more and more women to join our family of Strajan and to be proudly face of every woman in our society. Start an open school on ground with her after this pandemic. We want to be the voice of women. Come, be the part of Strajan. Here are some of the platforms of Strajan Welfare Society. Just go, follow, and
सशक्त नारी से है सशक्त समाज की पहचान। स्त्री की उन्नति पर ही राष्ट्र की उन्नति निर्भर है। नमस्कार, मैं हूं आपके साथ निहारिका महेश्वरी। हेलो एवरीबॉडी, आई एम निहारिका महेश्वरी एंड आई विल बी मीटिंग ऑल ऑफ यू टुमारो एट 15th April 5 p.m. by an event organized by Strajan Welfare Society, and the topic will be the most important topic, keeping in mind the current situation right now. The topic will be role of mass media in accelerating women empowerment. जी हाँ, नारी सशक्तिकरण, इस पर बात होगी. कैच यू टुमारो, एंड इफ यू हैवंट रजिस्टर्ड येट, प्लीज क्लिक ऑन द लिंक बिलो एंड रजिस्टर. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Hi guys, I'm Ranjana and I'll be connecting to you all via this webinar organized by Srajan Welfare Society on a very important topic, that is a role of women in mass media.
Good evening and welcome to all my wonderful viewers. I am Mrs. Rena Khatri Kandan, just coming live on 31st May at 3 p.m. just at Srajan Welfare Society on a corporate webinar just for you, talking on the myths what entrepreneurs can break to become successful. Also talking about stereotypes. Do watch me. Look out, coming soon.
I am Dr. Abhay Kumar, Vice Chancellor Pratap University, Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am very thankful to Srajan Welfare Society for having invited me as a guest speaker on 21st June from 11 am to 11:45 am on a very important topic, the new National Education Policy 2020.
सृजन संस्था के तत्वाधान में वर्चुअल संवाद के माध्यम से आप सभी को जानने, सुनने एवं सीखने की आशा में मैं आप सभी से दिनांक 30 जून 2021 को आपके सम्मुख उपस्थित होऊंगा.
खम्मा घड़ी. My name is Pahal Mantri. I am from Jhalawar, Rajasthan. आप लोग मलीने घणो बढ़िया लाग्यो. आभार.
Hello everyone, my name is Arushi Kanando. Namaste, मेरा नाम आरुषि कानंदो.
Hello everyone, I am Deepti from Surgeon Welfare Society. Namaskaram, Nenu Deepti, Hyderabad Nundi.
Hello, my name is Aparna George and I am from Kochi, Kerala. Namaskaram, ende peru Aparna George.
Hello everyone, I am Shayani Jha. Namaskar, I am Shayani Jha. I am from West Bengal.
Hello everyone, my name is Shreya Saundarya. Namaste, मेरा नाम श्रेया सौंदर्या है and I am from Hyderabad. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Megha Yadav. Namaskar, আমার নাম Megha Yadav and I am from West Bengal.
My name is Shreya Purwar. मेरा नाम श्रेया पुरवार है and I belongs from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rakhi Jha. Namaskar, मेरा नाम राखी है. I'm from Hyderabad. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Soumya and I'm from Indore. Namaste, मेरा नाम सौम्या है. I'm in
Hello, my name is Nikita Das. Namaskar, আমার নাম Nikita Das and I am from West Bengal.
Hello everyone, my name is Yamini. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నా పేరు Yamini and I'm from Hyderabad.
I am Rukmini Priya. வணக்கம், என் பேரு Rukmini Priya. I am from Tamil Nadu.
Hi all, I am Ashmi. Namaskaram, എൻ്റെ പേര് ആഷ്മി. ഞാൻ കേരളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് വരുന്നു. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kaushik Kumari. Namaste, मेरा नाम Kaushik Kumari है and I am from Ranchi, Jharkhand.
Hi, I am Nisha. வணக்கம், என் பெயர் Nisha. I am from Tamil Nadu.
Hello everyone, my name is Shalini Raj. Namaskar, मेरा नाम Shalini Raj. I am from India.
Hello everyone, I am Janashruti. Hello, vanakkam. நான் Janashruti. I am from Tamil Nadu.
My name is Vidusha Andu. मेरा नाम Vidusha Andu है and I am from West Bengal.
So a very warm good morning to one and all present here. I am Rashi Sharma from Surgeon Welfare Society, and I hope all of you who are watching me from their homes are happy and healthy. So talking about the Surgeon Welfare Society, so the main objective of our society is to provide social, economic, and educational empowerment to the women and to make them self-sufficient in the terms of their career and identity. With this, I would like to add a very famous quote. A woman with a voice is a definition of a strong woman. So now I would like to introduce you all with the board members of the society. So Mrs. Lalita Singh, she is the president of Surgeon Welfare Society. Mrs. Archana Singh, she is the assistant professor of So yeah, a very good morning to one and all present here. I'm Rashi Sharma from Sergeant Welfare Society, and I hope all of you who are watching me from their homes are happy and healthy. So our today's guest is Mrs. Aishwarya Sharma, IPS officer. She did her BTech in Electrical Engineering from NIT Bhopal in 2015. Then she cleared her exam in 2017 with AIR 168. Then she was allotted as Maharashtra Cadre, and then she was posted as Arunachal district SP as in Arunachal Pradesh, and then now she is currently she is posted as 5th IRB and as Pasighat East Young district. So heartily welcome to you, ma'am, and we are very glad to have you here and to have a webinar with you. And we are very excited to know about your journey and the efforts you have put in to be in this position. So over to you, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much, Rashi, for having me. Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First of all, I would like to apologize for the delay. Actually, my work is such that we don't know how it is going to be at any moment, and I'm always in office during this time. So that's why if sometimes there is an emergency, I have to rush immediately. I am currently posted as commandant of 5th IRB in Pasighat. I command a force of 900 men. I'm responsible for their welfare, their well-being, their posting, all the jungle operations as well as counter-insurgency operations that happen. And before this, I was posted as SP Pake Kasang district in Arunachal. And before that, I was posted as SDPO in Pune, rural. I was SDPO Dawn, ASP Dawn, wherein I had 5 police stations under my jurisdiction in Pune, and I was responsible for their overall supervision and monitoring. So it's been 4 years in service, and it's been a great learning. So how is this going to be? Are you going to ask me questions, or is this going to be a monologue and I'll just talk about my journey?
Yeah, ma'am, first of all, we would like to know about your journey because you have done a lot of things and we are very excited to know about it. So can you please tell something about like how you have done this and you have achieved this position?
Okay, so I would start with my journey. So I always wanted to be in the services. It was my dream. It was a childhood dream, but then like any other child whose dreams keep changing, mine also kept changing from doctor to lawyer to astronaut. But finally, when I came in my college, in my second year, UPSC became my passion. It was just a childhood dream before that, but after that it became a passion, and I started preparing for it. It was not an easy journey in any way because I was still in college when I was preparing, so I had to balance my college studies along with my UPSC preparation. And I did not join any coaching initially. I did join a couple of test series for both prelims and mains, and I found them very useful and helpful. I mainly focused on online resources that were available for my preparation. I followed Insights on India, I followed Brunal, and I read a lot of blogs. Initially, my optional was electrical engineering in my first attempt. That's what I was pursuing from NIT Bhopal. And in my final year, I got placed in a French multinational company called Alstom, which I left because I wanted to do UPSC. So I did not take up that job, and I continued preparing for UPSC. And I gave my first attempt just 2 months after college. I was lucky, and I cleared prelims that year. And then I gave my mains in 2017. But I did not do well in my optional, which was electrical engineering, because of certain issues. So because I did not do well in electrical engineering, unfortunately, I couldn't clear mains that year. Then I changed my optional to economics, which was another difficult optional. So I spent an entire year studying it on my own. I did go to Delhi to take help from a professor, but it wasn't very useful. Ultimately, I used YouTube and videos available online and taught myself economics. And that year, I could luckily clear the exam. My strategy was very simple. I focused on giving tests. I focused on revision, a lot of revision. I think the most important thing during preparation days is consistency. You don't need to study 14-15 hours every day and then just give up. That's not how it's supposed to be. You should study 6 to 7 hours and then just before the mains you should increase that number to as much as is possible for you. And you should continuously check yourself, and the checking happens through test series where you know how you stand. I prepared a book list based on various blogs available online, and then I stuck to that book list. I did not study 10 different books for a single subject. For one subject I only picked up one book and then kept reading it again and again, and that was immensely helpful. I focused on everything. UPSC is not about having PhD in a particular subject. You need to have basic knowledge about everything. The syllabus is very important. You should read the syllabus again and again, internalize it. Similarly, past year question papers are very important in understanding the pattern of how things work. So I did that, and that these are some tips that I would always like to give to anybody who wants to get into civil services, because these are the things that I learned the hard way. Initially I kept reading so many things, and then they were not helpful. Then I stuck to one source. Similarly, in the optional, initially I just took the optional which I was not comfortable with. So then I learned and I changed my option to something that I was more passionate about, more comfortable with, and good at. So that's very important. You should be really good at your optional, and you should be really comfortable with it. So this was my UPSC journey. After I cleared the exam, just like anybody else, my life changed completely. And suddenly I had to grow up, become more responsible, and learn so much in a very short duration of time. So I did all of that, and firstly I would like to talk about my training. My initial training foundation course was in Missouri. It was a 3-month course. It was a very useful course in terms of molding personality, because I interacted with the best minds of the country who had been selected with me. And apart from that, also we had a team of experts who visited us every week. It could be some joint secretary level officer, or it could be ex-RBI governor, or it could be some celebrity, or it could be someone who was doing fantastic work in their field, and they came and they shared their experiences with us. And it was a really great feeling, because suddenly we were involved in various crucial decisions of the country, and we were being acknowledged and included. And that feeling of being included in the governance is what made me want to be a part of the government. I wanted to play a part in that policy making. I wanted to make decisions which would actually create some impact and be impactful. So that's the first time we got that exposure. It had two major components that still stay with me. One was village visit, in which we went to the remotest villages across the country, and we stayed there for a week with the villagers. We learned about their lifestyle, the problems, and we tried to do various surveys and on how we can help governance reach the remotest areas, and how we can improve their lives with the kind of resources and manpower we have. So it was a very knowledgeable experience. We tried to gather all the information, and we did various activities with them related to Swachh Bharat, cleanliness, and we had various plays and all with regards to information that we can give them on how to improve their lives. It was a very great experience, very humbling experience. It was the first time we were exposed to public at large. We were with them, and the kind of respect, reverence and devotion that we got, it really inspired us to become better officers. And the second component was the Himalayan trek, which was a very difficult trek. It was a 13 days trek in the Himalayas, and all officer trainees, as you're called, are subjected to extreme hardship while climbing and carrying your own luggage and going through the arduous trek. It's physically exhausting, it's mentally also exhausting, but after doing that trek, you are rewarded with the most amazing views in Himalaya, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And the team spirit, the leadership, everything we learned there, and we came out as stronger and more people who could survive in any situation, however adverse it may be, which is, I think, which is something that an officer should learn. Thereafter, my training with Labasna ended, and we went to National Police Academy, Hyderabad, which is my alma mater in every way in terms of Indian police service. Now, this training was longer and harder. it focused on more of the physical component. We were supposed to learn horse riding, we were supposed to learn swimming, we were supposed to learn running, we were supposed to learn drill, we were supposed to learn all kinds of outdoor activities that you can imagine. Supposed to learn 4 kinds of sports: football, badminton, and basketball, all these things, hockey. We were taught everything, a bit of everything, and we were supposed to do that regularly. We were supposed to wake up at 5 every day, and we used to come back to our rooms at 7 in the evening. In between, during the afternoon and the day, we used to have indoor classes which were based on our policing subjects like law, like Indian Evidence Act, Indian IPC, CRPC, forensic science, forensic medicine, things that are useful to us as police officers in field. We were taught all those during our training. And then we had the physical component, which I told you. Overall, the thing is that for an entire 7-8 months, when you continuously do this process, it's very exhausting, because you're getting up at 4:30 every day and you're coming back to your room at 7:30 every day. And no matter how many injuries you have, no matter how much you're hurt, you have to pick yourself again and go and do that again. And so it was a very life-changing experience, this training. We all had our own share of mental breakdowns and injuries, and then we suddenly gathered ourselves up, and our ustads were immensely helpful. They were our teachers. They motivated us, they pushed us. So this journey made us realize that we're capable of doing anything and everything under the sun, and we've all got that physical strength hiding somewhere. We just need to take it out, we need to work on it, and hard work has no substitute, really. So this training was also immensely life-changing and made me a stronger person, both mentally and physically. After that, I was posted in Kolhapur as a probationer. There I did many exciting things like solving murder cases, investigating thefts and robberies with my team. We were basically given SHO-ship for 3 months, where we are in charge of a police station. So we're supposed to learn from the grassroots level how a beat constable works to how a SHO works. Every day we are taught something new while being on the field. I interacted with so many people, tried to solve their grievances and complaints, and investigated a couple of dowry cases, suicide cases. It was a great exposure. Every night we used to conduct raids on illegal activities, be it sand mining or drugs or alcohol. And we used to go with our teams, and it used to be both scary as well as a very exciting experience, because anything was possible when we were doing those raids. They were full of risk, but then if they were successful, then we were able to curb a major illegal activity that was going on in the area. We were able to protect the youth who had strayed into the wrong activities, and ultimately these activities are used to finance terror or other activities. So it was very important for us to curb these activities. So as a probationer, I learned everything about investigation, about law and order, how to handle VIP security. I handled president visit, I handled prime minister visit, and I learned a lot as a probationer on how everything is done. And it was a great exposure. After that, being posted as SDPO, my main job was to tackle my SHOs to ensure that they are not engaging in anything wrong, and how to involve them in better policing to ensure that law and order peace prevails. And there every day it was very hectic, because we were fighting corona, and it was something very unanticipated. Nobody had expected that a disaster of this magnitude would strike us, in which we would lose lives, we would lose people, and we would be exposed and still be there. So keeping my police personnel safe was our priority and the number one thing that we were working on. And at the same time, we had to ensure that the lockdown is being followed, people are not straying. We had to help migrant labor who were out of work. We helped in providing them with ration kits and providing them with labor camps, places to stay, and also help them in their transportation later through arranging trains and buses so that they could reach their hometowns safely. So it was a huge exposure. And apart from that, there was routine crime that was happening, murders and dacoities. So basically, when you reach, the more senior you get, the more area falls in your jurisdiction and more multitasking happens, because suddenly then when I was the SP of the district in Arunachal, I had to manage not just my police stations, but SP office and everything. Basically, SP is the head of the force in the district. So anything happens in the district, you're responsible for it. All press conferences, all big events, all VIP visits. You are the first point of contact and you are responsible for each and everything. So when I had local elections, I was responsible so that local elections happen in a free and fair manner and there is no violence, there is no partiality, there's no malpractices happening. So that was a challenge because Pakikasang had a difficult terrain and we did not have network in various areas. So finding wireless hotspots, arranging for all that, it was a great learning exposure, and mobilizing my force, motivating them, keeping, because they had to serve in that difficult condition. Some of them served on mountains and they had to walk through the entire way, and they had very limited food and water available. All these things, it was a great learning exposure. Now that I'm posted as commandant, I am more into the welfare of my men. We started a school for the children of the police personnel, and we keep having sports activities here, and my force is involved in all kinds of operations, be it jungle rescue, kidnap operations, or in law and order. If two tribes are clashing with each other and there's violence, then my force goes, or in all the security related deployment, my force is sent. So now as I'm getting senior, my role is more of supervisory. Earlier it was more of being on the field, and now I'm responsible to ensure that all the officers under me work efficiently, give their 100% and are motivated, because being in police services is not easy. You have to give up on a lot of things. Your family life suffers, and sometimes you're not able to celebrate festivals most of the times, and sometimes the infrastructure is not up to the mark and things like that. So you have to overcome a lot of difficulties and work. So it's very important to keep the force motivated. So right now, that's my priority. Every day in these services is a new experience, new day. You meet new people, you have new challenges, and it's very fulfilling, but it's also not easy. It's difficult. You have to balance. It's very difficult to balance your personal life with your professional life, and overall fitness and health is also a priority that we as policemen need to maintain. So that is another focus that I'm doing right now. So this has been my journey overall. I have had good days, bad days, and a lot of learnings, but it's been very satisfying, very fulfilling, and it's actually like, if you work very hard for something and when you live your dream, then there's nothing that is more satisfying and more happening than this thing. Coming to the perspective as a lady officer, there are certain problems that you face, certain discriminations that you face from the people, not the organization. Sometimes people or media or politicians might underestimate you and might not think that you're capable. But I've always been blessed, and most of my seniors, my SPs, when I was a probationer or when I was an ASP, they treated me at par with my male counterparts, and they always appreciated me for my good work and sent me in the middle of night, just like they would send a male probationer, and gave me all kinds of experiences that an officer required, irrespective of whether I was a male or a female. And a lot of people came to me, and I got a lot of love and affection from a lot of people, and they were more confident and trusting of me because I was a female officer. So it had its own pros and cons. A lot of rape victims or POSCO victims were more comfortable in talking to me about the incident and everything. So it was very helpful that way. Being a lady officer does bring in that component of empathy and sensitivity, where you can relate to the victims better, because you have that empathetic undertones to your personality, which I'm sure male officers also have, but it's just that we are conditioned that way, that we are more comfortable in talking to lady officers about such incidents. And so it has been both. It has been a blessing, and sometimes it's been not such a blessing being a lady officer when I have faced discrimination. But overall, it's been a great exposure, great journey, and the gender ratio is very skewed in police, and I hope it changes one day. We need more lady officers, we need more lady constables, we need more ladies in the police force. And it's truly, uniform is very empowering. It makes you feel safe, it makes you feel like you are a force in yourself and you can do anything that you want, and you're never scared of anyone and you're not afraid of anyone. You can just stand up for the. So especially for ladies wearing the uniform, so many of my friends come to me and they tell me that since you've gotten into services, we feel more safer and we know that we have someone we can talk to in case anybody tries to trouble us. So many of my girls in my hometown or wherever I go, they come to me and they tell me that they feel stronger and empowered looking at me and looking at other lady officers. So you can do a lot of things. You can make a lot of girls dream when you are in the services or any position of power and authority, because earlier we were not given those opportunities. So that's how my journey has been roughly. Now you can ask me any questions and I'd love to answer them.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your views and enlightening our audience with your guiding thoughts. So now I would like to name the rest participants' name who are with us today and who are listening to you and motivating themselves, because your journey is literally very inspiring. So a lot of people are here. So like Anamika Jha from Indore, Shalu from Jharkhand, Neelam Pal from Vidisha, Prajakta Wale from Indore, Nausin from Bhopal, Amin from Bhopal, and Kohinoor Varse from UP. So these are all the participants who are joining us and they are listening to you. And now, ma'am, we are moving to the next part of the session, that is a QA session. So I would like to ask you, ma'am, like, well, the first question that we have is why people are always having negative story for police, even they need police for security. Like they think, this is question from Krishna Parse. She is our member of our team. So yeah, ma'am, can you please answer this question?
So this question has multiple answers. First of all, police is police is there. You know, other public functionaries you don't see so much. They're restricted to their offices. But police is everywhere. Police is in your temples. Police is in your traffic chalk. Police is just everywhere in big events, in your fashion shows, in your colleges. Police is just everywhere. So because they're everywhere, they're more visible than the rest of the people. And then talking about the society, there are good people, there are bad people, and policemen are no different. They come from the society. So there are good cops, there are bad cops, and our job as supervisors is to reward the good cops and punish the bad cops for doing any malpractice. And it's something that you can't eliminate unless you can completely eliminate from the society. Like if you can stop having bad people in the society, then you can have stop having bad policemen overall. But I think this movies and these TV shows, they have a huge role in demonizing the police forces, in terms of showing policemen very negatively, in terms of showing policemen as being only the people who harass and trouble and scold and take bribes, which is absolutely not true. Because being in the police force, I've seen my men going the extra mile. I've seen them working non-stop, not caring about their own health, not caring about their own families, just giving their 100%. I think COVID has done a lot to change this mindset. When people actually saw policemen standing there when everybody was scared and inside their homes, that's when they realized that it's not that an easy job and it's difficult. It's not easy being there. Or when policemen die on duty, that's when you realize how risky this job can be, because we make so many enemies. Because when we're stopping something illegal, we are getting into something which involves monetary benefits for a lot of people. So obviously they're not going to like us interfering, then they're not going to like us stopping them. So they're going to retaliate. Same goes for army. When army is on the force, or paramilitary forces like DSF, which are a part of police, when we go there on the line of duty, when we are fighting the enemy, we are bound to get killed, we are bound to lose lives. So it's a very difficult profession, and it's a very complicated profession. You can't understand what it is until and unless you're a part of it. That's when you understand. And it's not just that, there is a system. You can't fight the system overall, just like they show it in the movies. It's not very easy to do the right thing always. There are a lot of forces that work in parallel. So you should have kindness for policemen. You should treat them nicely. You should talk to them nicely. And I'm sure they'll also talk to you nicely. But I have seen multiple people misbehaving with traffic cops and abusing them when they try to stop them from doing the wrong thing. So if you are going to behave like that, then you can't expect policemen to be saints and not, answer back. It goes both ways. You give them respect and they'll give you the respect that you deserve. And there, like I said, there are good policemen, there are bad policemen. It's our job to find those bad policemen and punish them for their wrongs. But it's also our job to reward the good policemen for doing the exemplary work that they do. So as citizens, we should keep our eyes and ears open. There are various mechanisms of complaint. If somebody is misbehaving with you, if somebody is doing wrong to you as a policeman, then you kindly report that matter to the senior officer and they'll act on it. There are various mechanisms available. But if somebody is doing good to you, especially as a policeman, try to appreciate that, try to acknowledge that, try to share that on any platform, and give them the respect that they deserve. Job. Standing in the sun, you try doing that for a day and you'll realize how hard it is. In that uniform, which is sometimes very hot, like on a very sunny day, you sweat a lot and you're standing in the sun and there's all this honking in the traffic, there is all that smoke, and you're standing there doing your duty and not caring about anything else. So it's not an easy job. You try doing that for a day and then you realize that it's, how it affects you both physically and mentally. So having said that, policemen are very good people. They are the most humane of the others because they respond to anybody. If the light is not coming, you're facing electricity issues, you call the police. If there's any such issue, you just call the police, right? So that's that. And I think I've answered this question largely.
Yeah, ma'am, very beautifully answered, ma'am. We know how we have seen the police officers who are standing on a road and how they deal all the things that that happen to them. So the next question, ma'am, I want to ask you is from Khushi Nara. Ma'am, what are the challenges one IAS officer might face when they disagree with certain rules or suggestions?
We are officers. We are there to implement the rules and the policies of the government. So our personal opinion does not matter. Whatever the law is, whatever the constitution is, we are supposed to follow that. Having said that, if there is something illegal that is being asked, or if you are being asked to do certain things that are not in line with your ethics, and you can refuse, the most that can happen to you is they'll transfer you. So that's fine. You start working in your new district. That's not such a big deal. Nobody can punish you for being right, really. Ultimately, if you're right and if you're doing right thing, if you're being ethical, if you're following your principles, then you don't have to bow down to anyone. You don't have to bend before anyone. But laws and constitution are something that are our guiding lights, and we should follow them. We should uphold them. That's why we are here. They are like our bread and butter. So there's no need to, not follow them. But if somebody is asking you to do something wrong, you should stand up to it, and nobody can do anything in that case. If you're right, then you're right.
Yeah, ma'am, you're right, ma'am. Ma'am, the next question is from Anindita Sinha, and she's asking that are the duties and responsibilities different for male and female officer?
No, not at all. We get paid the same salary. We get the same training. If they are doing 16-kilometer run, we are doing it. If they are living in jungle for a week, we are living with them. So no, they're not different. Since you're paid the same salary, you do the same job. it's not a man's job. It's a person's job. You need to be a strong person from inside. Your gender does not matter. So no, we do everything that our male counterparts do. You must have seen that in jungle operations, so many ladies are leading it nowadays. So it's not something, in fact, in Durg, in Chhattisgarh, they've created a specialized lady combat force, which is going and doing the combat work. So it's not like, there's no discriminations, exactly the same job.
Yeah, ma'am. So, ma'am, next question I want to ask you, like, why did you choose this profession as a career? Because it is like a very difficult task. People think before choosing a profession. So why did you choose this profession? Is it from your dad? Because I have read from in your Instagram that your dad was the one who always motivated you to do something and to do more things. So why did you choose this profession as a career?
It's, of course, it's because of a lot. My father's played a huge part. My father's a police officer. I have seen him being the SP. I've seen him being the additional SP to DIG to DG now. So that journey, I've seen how he has helped people and how so many people used to come to our homes and cry with gratitude and do things like that. So I have seen the satisfaction that he has, the kind of respect and reverence he gets, and that's inspired me. Most important thing is that nowadays we don't know why we are living life. That sense of fulfillment, that sense of purpose, I have seen it in him, and that's the reason why I joined these services and this job, because this job gives me a sense of purpose. I know why I'm here. I know what to make out of my day. It's not like I'm doing something aimlessly. I don't know what's the purpose. I know my purpose. I know what I have to do, and that's the purpose, and that's basically life for me. You should matter. What you do should matter to you and to everybody else, so it is difficult, it is challenging, but it's worth the challenges. The satisfaction, the respect, the love, the appreciation that you get, the acknowledgement for your good work, it's just exemplary. So I would say it's very good that way.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, now the question is, ma'am, how to get rid of negativity and distraction during the preparation? Ma'am, this question is from Rashmi Bhumi Reddy.
Okay, so I would say that negativity ke liye to, see, you have to believe in yourself. Only then the interview board will believe in you. Only then the UPSC would believe in you. So first of all, you need to convince yourself that you're capable, and you're just like anyone else. You've got it in you. All you need is consistency, hard work, planning, and you'll be there. First step is that. Secondly, you should surround yourself with inspiring people and your friends, your family, people who motivate you, who make you feel good about yourself, who make you feel that you are capable of doing everything. You should surround yourself by those people. You should listen to good interviews of the people who have already cleared this exam, or experts talk about things. And there's so many TED Talks and so many things to motivate you these days. Most importantly, you just keep doing without thinking. Like if you're studying, just keep studying. Don't think about the past or the future. Just live in that moment and study. If you keep doing that, you will not be scared, you will not be demotivated. And don't let your marks or UPSC results or any exam define you. If you're good, if you're consistent, there are so many platforms, you'll get your recognition. So just keep doing the hard work, just keep learning and improving your personality. And once it's done, then you'll find your platform. Whatever is in your destiny, your platform will be there for you. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about the fruits of success. First, just continue working hard and improving yourself and learning and growing.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. The next question I want to ask you, ma'am, after achieving this success in your life, like you have achieved a position in your life, and is there something left that you think that, yeah, I really wanted to do this from so long, but because of the busy profession and your career, you are not able to do that, but you really wanted to do that in your life?
No. It's just that every day is a new day. Every day I want to do new things. Some days I want to grow new flowers in my garden. Some based on my day, based on the time that I get. I love traveling, so some days I want to travel. So it really is, like on the day, if there is a time available, I would want to do something, then I just try and do it. And some days I'm not able to do it. Like this session, I wanted to talk to people, but there was a law and order problem and I couldn't do it. So my profession is that way. You can't plan, like you can't plan your days in advance. Some emergency happens, you just have to go. So that way, I plan each day based on how the day is. Some days, the most important thing is that I should be feeling happy, satisfied, and my creative energy should be used. I'm a creative person. I always want to give, vent out my creativity. It could be in the form of writing, painting, singing, dancing, traveling, or whatever, but I need to express it. Ultimately, someday I hope to write a book, or write something worthwhile that that can stay with people. So there are things that I keep planning and growing. It's a continuous process. It's not a single ambition that I have. Work wise, I'm very satisfied professionally, but personal life wise, there's always scope for your own personality. You can always learn something new, grow, and yeah, that's about it.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the last question that I want to ask you, like, what message you would like to give to those girls who really wanted to be like you, because they think that you have done a lot of efforts and you are at this profession. So, and if they wanted to be like you, like, what tips you would like to give to them? Like, by this following those tips, they can be in that profession and they can improve themselves.
Okay. See, the first thing is, the most important thing is self-confidence and self-belief. And you need to feel powerful, you need to feel capable, you need to feel that you can do anything that you want in this world. It could be anything, but you need to feel that. You need to find that self-confidence. Second, you need to work very hard for it. You have to make sacrifices. If you're preparing for any exam or any position, you need to sacrifice. You need to stop wasting time on social media. You need to stop socializing for a bit. You need to give your 100% into the task. See, just dreaming is not enough. You have to work for that dream to be real. It could be anything. It could be changing your locality, improving the sanitation, making your place more green. Whatever dream you do, you have to work hard for it. There's no two ways about it. But at the same time, you should not let small failures define you. There are good days, there are bad days. You'll fall, you'll pick up, you'll become stronger. Failure is a part of our lives. I don't know why we demonize it so much. It's the biggest teacher. It's only when we fail that we know that this is where we went wrong and this is what we can improve. So it gives you a new perspective about yourself, and you realign your vision and you realign your actions and you develop that way. So let's not demonize failure so much. It will happen in life and it should be treated very normally. And the most important thing is, whatever profession you are doing, whatever dream you have, take out half an hour or 1 hour for yourself. Meditate, do whatever you like. This life is not coming back. Make memories with your friends. Everything is equally important. In life, balance is very important. Just because you're running about behind one thing, don't neglect other things. Other things are important. Of course, your dream should be your priority. Giving 100% should be your priority. But take out some time out of those 24 hours. It could be half an hour. It could be 1 hour for yourself, where you do something that you like. It could be anything: reading books, paintings, talking to your friends, whatever, going for a walk, whatever you like. Just find that moment, find inner peace, meditate. Physical exercise, I would say, is very important. You should have a routine. You should work on your body. Your body is going to stay with you throughout your life. And we waste so much time doing different random things, but we don't give our body the importance and the love that it deserves. You should eat carefully. You should eat meaningfully. You should exercise. You should do all those things that are important for your body. Overall, if you want to do anything, you should work on your personality. You should work on yourself. Don't waste your time in useless criticizing, trolling, all those things which really don't affect you. Just focus on yourself, on your self growth, on your self confidence, and ultimately you'll reach your ambition. There are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days, but just battle them and you'll reach there. Life is not a single line. It's like a sinusoidal curve. There'll be ups and there'll be downs. So it's just fine. Take them in your stride. And ultimately, all of us are very sufficient within ourselves. So, you also know what you are capable of and what you can do and what you can't do. So try to channelize that, and I'm sure you'll do really well in life. That's the advice I'd like to give.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, for answering the question from the audience. And I can't even express like how much you have inspired us, and every word of yours has inspired us so much. So to conclude, ma'am, what message you would like to give to Surgeon Welfare Society?
Just keep doing the good work that you're doing. Keep inspiring people around you, and don't let small difficulties stop you from what you dream of and what your purpose is. And all the very best. Do very well and make us all very proud.
Yeah. So thank you. I thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. And on behalf of Surgeon Welfare Society, please accept our sincere appreciation for your outstanding speech. And thank you so much for giving your time and your precious time, especially for us, and for inspiring us and for motivating us. And now I would like to thank our audience. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and being attentive throughout the session. And last but not the least, I would like to thank the management team and the staff of Surgeon Welfare Society, without whom this session or this webinar wouldn't be this possible. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And it's my honor to talk to you. And we have you in this webinar. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Thank you for having me. All the very best. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.